everybody, Blind Wave back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Eric.
And we are back with another Q&A for A.W.O.L.
A.W.O.L.
Yes.
It's hard to keep track sometimes, Aaron.
I know, we have all these Q&As.
I know.
Things just go by so fast.
You're wearing the right shirt this time, though.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, last time you were wearing a Flash shirt, and then you changed real quick, and it's just kind of confusing me. No. By the way, we got little pop figures.
Look at these guys, the little pop guys, so cute.
Yeah.
Look at that little Flash. We got a little Deathstroke, little Cap Cold.
Yes. Now, if you guys don't watch them or not, we do like these viewer GIF openings that people send us stuff, and I was so excited to get a Leonard Snart with his gun, and then we got Deathstroke with no mask. We got Flash. So we got a legend. We got a Arrow villain and a Flash hero.
Yeah, so we have one of each from the Arrowverse.
Yeah, so I'm sure that we'll get more and put them out and have a good old time.
They look so cool.
They look really fun. I don't know. It's just fun. I love doing this channel. Mm-hmm. Like I said in our last Q&A, if I won the lottery, I would do this channel.
Right? Yeah,
I really would.
We enjoy this.
We really much enjoy it. And the best thing about it is interacting with you. And you guys send us questions. So, Aaron.
Let's find what they said. All right, how about we have a Q&A question from Edward Johnson that says, once Oliver tells everyone that he has a child, sorry, I had too many H's there and I was a little confused, that he has a child, do you think Laurel will react? How do you think Laurel will react?
How do you think Laurel will react?
I don't think she'll care, will she?
Oliver cheated on Laurel and got another girl pregnant. This is when he was dating Laurel.
True, but...
And he did it with Sarah.
Well, yeah, he sure knows he cheated, so I think she'll be past that. You know? Oliver cheated on Laurel and got another girl pregnant and never told her about it. He didn't only cheat on her with her sister and almost got her killed, but cheated on her with another woman and got her pregnant.
I think she's over it.
I think she'd be more mad about cheating and killing his sister.
I think that she'd be more mad if she found out that, like, he cheated on Felicity now than the Oliver Queen back then, because he is not the same person.
Yeah.
So, past transgressions aside, I think that she's cool with that.
Yeah, and that was pre-Island and everything, and he's, definitely a lot different.
And you know what's weird? If you had asked me this question last year, I'd probably be like, she's going to freak out about it and all that stuff, but they've done a really good, cool thing where they've made me really appreciate Laurel. Mm-hmm. Like, she's helpful. Well, she's a valued part of the team.
Was it last episode when she was working, like, training with Oliver?
Yes.
And, like, they were talking about Diggle, Felicity and how she's been and bringing her back.
And she was going toe-to-toe with her sister, Sarah.
Yeah. And
gave her a new costume with help of Cisco.
So, no. I don't think she's going to be upset. I don't think Laurel will.
No.
Felicity, we've seen her get upset already. I think she's going to have maybe something, I don't know. Time has changed.
That's one of my theories that goes into the grave story
of Not Smith. All right, how about the legend says, if this is the mystical season of Arrow, do you think next season will be the cosmic side of the CW universe? This would potentially lead to Green Lantern. Do you think this could happen?
Now, the Green Lantern stuff has been kind of cool that we've been seeing, but as right now, it's Easter egg stuff.
Yeah, true.
But could they bring a Green Lantern in? Now, I don't know.
They dropped so many Easter eggs, though.
They did.
In one season.
But they also completely disregarded Amanda Waller's character by taking her out with a gunshot from a guy we just met. You know? To get her freed up for Suicide Squad. We all know they're going to do Green Lantern for Justice League eventually.
Yeah, they
Is it smart? You know, I don't think that Flash would survive or Green Lantern would survive if they weren't so well loved. I think that people like us and people like you guys have kept those shows on the air from the acts of the DCU.
Yeah.
I truly think that.
Because now that they're doing their whole cinematic universe and stuff like that.
But no one yet loves Green Lantern on TV because there is none. So will they do it? I honestly hope so. I would like a Justice League...
A TV?
TV show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be cool. Maybe forget the Supergirl and bring in your boy for Superman. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Tom Welling. Please, that'd be so great.
Tom Welling and Tom Cavanaugh together in a thing.
Oh, Aaron, stop. Go ahead and put the lights down. Can you say that like in a low voice?
No, I can't.
Go.
We got Emmanuel
P.S.
Uji.
Like an Ouija board.
Okay.
This is scary.
The producers did say Overwatch was from the fans.
Oh, yeah. I did hear about this. I think Mark Guggenheim said that people voted for Overwatch, or people were like, "Hey, we should be Overwatch," because apparently
It was like a vote?
not like a official vote.
Just like, so
Like-
many people said Overwatch.
Like people were like Twitter, they were like, "Oh, it should be Oracle or Overwatch or Watchtower, like from Smallville or something like that."
Chloe,
Chloe,
right?
yeah, who was the Watchtower is from Justice League Unlimited or something like that, and they made her Chloe, and then. But apparently Overwatch is also a character in one of his novels, like one of Mark Guggenheim's like actual original novels that he made.
Really?
And they like borrowed that name with the support of fans.
That's cool.
So that's what I had heard.
Interesting. Carlos S. It was not Joyner that pulled the trigger on Waller, but the damn movie.
Yeah.
Ugh. Q&A. I know it's a huge stretch, like Gregor the Mountain
Clegane.
huge. But seeing as how Argus is DC's take on S.H.I.E.L.D., do you think it is at all possible that they have some sort of LMDs as well?
Life model decoys.
Or is she really just another victim of the DCCU, DC Cinematic Universe? It's just such a shitty, unceremonious way for a devious and cunning character like Amanda Waller to go out.
I honestly do agree. I mean, she's been in this since season 2.
Was it 2?
I think so.
Did she show up at the end of 1?
I don't remember. She's been around for a while.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she's seemed to be a very powerful character that doesn't get surprised by these kind of things. And then she was just randomly killed by a guy we just met.
And she was in flashbacks, too, and went through a bunch of shit through the flashbacks, and has survived, and...
The whole China thing and all that stuff. It just seems... It's a really good word, unceremonious. Like, hey, by the way, guys over there at CW, you gotta take that character off. You can't use her anymore. She's gonna be a big star now. We don't want you to have him. You don't get him. He's mine.
It's my toy.
They can never take my Captain Cold from me.
Probably from your cold, dead hands.
Not even then.
Walking Dead fan 15, do you guys trust Andy Diggle? Because he has come a long way from working with Dark, but he has been known to be a pathological liar, and he's lied to John many times through their lives.
Do we trust him? I'm honestly, I don't know if I should, but, and I know I've made really bad decisions, but the scene where he's like, "Come on, man, your wife's out there," and then we brought him into the apartment and he saw the niece.
Yeah.
When I saw those, I don't know if I figured if the ultimate game plan is that he's going to betray them, they would have been something in his performance that wasn't so genuine. Mm-hmm. It felt really genuine. Now that could just be the actor making a choice to make it seem like that, but I just feel like in this type of show, we would have gotten something not so damn happy and warm and makes me fuzzy inside.
Maybe it's genuine where he's enjoying it for the time before he has to betray him and kill Diggle and put him in the grave.
Possibly, and I completely leave that open. But do I think that's the case? Your knowledge is based on belief, and my belief is no.
I think I said this during the episode, was that Andy, I don't know if I trust him. I think he's gonna kill Diggle, put Diggle in the grave, then Oliver's gonna be mad, and he, pushed this whole thing. And it's all related to Dark and stuff.
I think with the danger that Diggle was in last episode, it kind of takes a little heat off of him, actually. I think. Being in the grave.
Okay. I do remember when we were talking, it was like, what if it's Diggle? And you're like, unless this episode heavily lays the foundation of Diggle.
I know.
And the whole episode was
I know.
Diggle. We had a Diggle flashback.
Next question.
Steeler. Well, little X, big X, Steeler, big X, little X, Steeler. We're not Steeler again, but...
You really committed to that.
Deathstroke was the one who stopped Shadow Spire's operation in the comics. Stephen Amell recently said he wanted Slade back on Arrow and said that a producer has an interesting idea and asked Manu Bennett if he's interested. What do you think about this?
I did not know that Deathstroke was attached to Shadow Spire. I didn't even know Shadow Spire was a thing in the comics. To be fair, I mean, I read a decent amount of comics. Certainly don't read all of them. Certainly don't know every storyline ever.
There's so many characters,
There's
so much.
But Shadow Spire, if that could be a thing and you could bring Deathstroke back in, I would really enjoy that. Now, did they make Deathstroke weak? Yes. They had Thea, an 80-pound girl, take him out.
Who was still very early in training, I think, and stuff too.
To grant, he's not a Miraculous soldier anymore.
True.
But
he
he's
still be a threat.
Yeah.
Like, it was just one episode.
And apparently, Manu Bennett was not happy with that. If they brought something... Yeah, but he's a cool guy. If they brought him a storyline that he's like, yeah, I'm actually interested in that, I think they could do it. And maybe a Shadow Spire cameo or whatever this is that we've gotten. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It might just go away next episode. We don't ever see it again. But it could be laying seeds, just like we did with Dark last season. But what's going to happen next, or maybe in a couple episodes, or I don't know. But I would love to see Deathstroke back.
We should know we're not going to see Dark next episode. Or we shouldn't.
We still have another week.
We have another week, right? So we shouldn't be seeing Dark until next week's episode.
Sure.
So,
well, we could very much see Dark. We just know that he's not going to be trying to go for
Oliver. True. So next question is Derek Silent Wolf Greg. I was going to say who is why do you hate the flashbacks?
Yeah, we the island flashbacks. I kind of enjoyed the flashback this episode. I enjoyed Constantine's flashback.
You've hated flashbacks since last season.
I do. Because since last season they've stopped serving the story in the present. I truly think that. Have there been crossovers and stuff? Yes, but they have not felt natural to me. The China thing came out of nowhere, I felt like.
China, I did kind of feel weird.
It did not wrap itself up well. And the very small connection of having that character being a League of Assassin and then Katana, it took forever to get there, and...
I feel like this season, though, it's been more connected.
This season, no, it has, but it still, I'm not invested. I still don't really care. Whenever it comes on, I do kind of sigh, and I kind of just wait for the season to pop back up.
The thing I don't like about flashbacks is that you don't have to worry about Oliver.
True.
They make it like, Oliver's in danger, but you're like, he's flashback 5 years in the future, he's right there, and it's like, well, he's right there.
And even if he died, like, well, he'll come back. It's just impossible for them not to.
Yeah, be like, wait, what?
I mean, honestly, starting next season is the 5th season, right? Or
yes.
Is this? Yeah, that's gonna be 5 years on the island. Is this gonna go into a 6th season? If so, are we gonna get flashbacks to year 1, Oliver? Maybe see some Tommy and Moria back in or something.
Why would they do that? Didn't we see what Oliver was doing?
We just
don't get flashbacks?
Maybe we didn't see the full picture. I wouldn't mind not getting flashbacks, honestly.
We get future.
I think that
flash forwards with the Legends of Tomorrow and the time traveling and stuff, and you get flash forwards.
We could do that. I would be kind of like Lost. The thing is like with this whole island flashback thing. One, it's the antithesis of Lost. They're flashing back to the real world, flashing back to an island. Two, I think that they had a great idea for season 1. And then season 2 came along, like, okay, we kind of know what we're going to be doing. Well, okay, good. And then season 3 came along, like, well, we got this flashback format we've been doing for 2 years. What the hell are we going to do? And then they had to write going to a format, not a format helping the writing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I personally feel that way. So that's why whenever they come on, I'm like, okay, it'll come back. It's like a commercial break for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's me. What do you feel?
I felt China was a little annoying.
Yeah.
I did see kind of the tie-ins they had, but I didn't feel like it was as important as the first 2 seasons or even this season.
Yeah.
On the island, the thing I really hate is that they took him away from the island. I really wanted to see him be experienced, like him learning everything on this island. Like for 5 years, I was stranded on an island. No, you fucking weren't. You even went back to Star City, and then Amanda took you to China, and then you got sent back to the island for no reason.
Yeah. And she died.
So, like, why couldn't he just been on the island the whole time?
I agree. They're just trying to go for variety and telling a different story, and I get it, but season 3, yeah, it had some missteps. 4 is starting to correct them. I certainly enjoy the island better. Well, it was cool. That moment of him going back to the island was cool.
Yeah. Well, the
but
thing
not
like,
cool enough.
It's an island.
Yeah.
Just have him get to a different part of the island that he hasn't seen. Lost, they were on the island for 6 seasons. And they still found new places on the island they hadn't been to.
Of course. And we're on episode... This is going to be episode 12 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If they start getting into this mystical stuff that Constantine started, and then it kind of like forgot itself, and then just never came back, and then now it is kind of back, and now no one cares, and then, his tattoos are glowing. Get into that stuff way quicker, I'd be more invested. Because obviously that's going to have some kind of tie to Damien Dark. I don't know how, but some kind. I think that I don't think it's a coincidence that our 2 villains, one in the flashback and one in the present, one is growing a hybrid of drugs and one is growing corn. It's got to be connected. Right?
I suppose so.
It's got to be.
Maybe.
If it's not, you can... Shut it, Eric. Shut up. No slap bet.
K. Scruton says, you guys mentioned Supernatural. Yay!
Oh, yeah, I put this in. We mentioned Supernatural a lot, and a lot of people just keep asking for it. I just wanted to remind everybody, we kind of plan to catch up, and maybe next year we will jump back on.
True.
We've had this idea with this Rift Tracks thing that we've been...
Rift TV.
Rift TV.
Tracks, I don't know what that is.
It's a thing. This Rift TV thing that people have been doing, we got accepted on it. We might just go ahead, me and Aaron sit down, maybe with Calvin.
Yeah.
Maybe with Shane. I don't know.
With Rift TV, we don't have to do all the editing and stuff like that we have to do with the YouTube ones.
Anyway, we might sit down and do commentaries for every episode up until we're caught up.
We could do all the episodes in a full format.
Yes.
Rather than having to edit down to 10 minutes.
Yes, which, I mean, it takes forever to do, folks. We could watch 3 episodes in the time it takes to watch an episode and edit it and render it and all that stuff.
That could be nice.
It would be very nice. So, if you're a fan of Supernatural and any other Netflix shows that you're interested in, put them down in the comments below and we'll make a list of some stuff. Yeah. And we might, I don't think we're going to do that for like current shows or our popular shows right now. We'll keep the same format.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in additional things like that, we can go back and do that. And then we can be current with Supernatural next season.
Yeah, that could be cool.
That would be fun. Because, I mean, I haven't watched the last 2 seasons, but I'm definitely the biggest Supernatural fan I know.
Supernatural's so good.
Yeah,
like,
it's amazing.
Even Melanie watches it, and she's scared to death of monsters and creatures. And stuff. It's so funny watching her watch it. But
I just love I love watching every season because I want to find out how they make a monster look as different as it can from just a regular human. With like, this one has black fangs. This one has white fangs. This one has weird contacts in.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I love it though.
Yeah.
And I love the guy in the beginning of every single episode that throws the blood on the wall. That's all that guy in Vancouver does. He's just, you need me? All right, yeah. Damn it! I didn't say action.
Sorry. I got more buckets.
I don't have time for this.
Getting too old for this.
Love it. Next question.
Alexandra Kolodova. You guys are seriously my favorite Arrow reviewers. Well, thank you, Alexandra. So much negativity in the fandom, and you two are a beacon of light and sanity. Just keep being awesome.
Thank you.
Well, that's nice.
The thing about the so much negativity in the fandom, and we've seen this a little bit in our comments, not so much because we generally are pretty positive with this show. You love what you love, and you love it.
Yeah.
The things that I don't like, I'll complain all day about, but it doesn't affect me liking these shows.
Flashbacks and
Absolutely.
Laurel and Felicity and
yeah, but not the Laurel
and
and
Waller
and
and
Felicity.
Just, the thing and
it doesn't work for you. I'm creeped out. But speaking of positivity, we get this a lot in the comments. Some people they hate Felicity. They hate her. And they...
And people are like, I'm glad she's dead. I'm like, why?
And they hate Olicity, the name of the ship, right?
Yeah.
We don't use the ship terms very much, but damn, we kind of ship them so damn hard. Laurel, I don't really see the chemistry there, and Felicity's just too fucking damn cute. But I don't get... were there missteps in Season 3? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been completely turned around in Season 4.
Yeah.
Same thing with Flash and Iris and all that kind of thing.
I think everything we complained about in Season 3, flashbacks, Felicity, Laurel, whatever, they've been turning around entirely.
They're better.
Yeah.
The flashbacks are probably my least favorite thing, but they're better. And then Felicity, anytime I was annoyed with her just being crying all the time and mopey for various reasons, when she does it now, I care.
Yeah. She seems
I'm
stronger too with it.
Absolutely. So yeah, I don't get the whole negativity thing. I mean,
know.
there are some guys that go and comment on every single video they can find, like, Olicity sucks, Felicity sucks, what terrible character. Mm-hmm. If you don't agree, you suck.
Yeah.
It's like, just let people like what they like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Hey, speaking of flashbacks, we have Flashback 007.
Oh, hey, those are your numbers.
Do you hate this guy?
I hate half his name. 2/3.
Yeah, actually, I usually go by A.W.O.L, so that's why he's saying it's my name.
Gamer tag.
Anyway,
watch him on stream.
Yep, on stream. An exciting Diggle episode this time with Amanda Waller out of the picture. Do you guys think Lyla might become head of Argus instead now? I have a feeling they kind of hinted at this episode because of the compliments Waller gave Lyla, or is Argus completely gone now? I did have this thought
this idea
about what if Lyla took the spot, but I feel like she's out and doesn't want back in though. But
True.
I could see her taking it at the same time.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of the same exact choice that Oliver kind of had last season. Like, you can take control of this evil organization and turn it around.
Yeah.
If she took control of Argus and actually made it something that she would be proud of serving...
It'd be like S.H.I.E.L.D. with...
I mean, I don't think that she left Argus because of the kid. I think she left Argus because she had differences.
True.
You know?
She hated Amanda because she did what she needed to for that and didn't care for the people.
And it was an easy decision. But now, if she was offered something like that, that would be cool. But Aaron, we could just not have Argus anymore.
That's true.
I mean, that would mean no Suicide Squad. That would also mean no jail for Mr. Slade.
Well, there's still a jail there, but who the heck lets him eat and where does he poop?
I bet he has some kind of commode. We haven't seen the entire jail. We've seen, like Andy's cell, there's no toilet in there.
No, there's not.
Unless, it's hiding under the bed.
Does he have a bed?
No, he doesn't have a bed in there.
They have literally nothing in there.
He shits in the corner and wipes it with cards. That's all that guy's got. I bet you Slade at least has a bucket or a hole.
Yeah. I mean, he's in a hole.
Yeah.
Mr. Mysterious, if Andy Diggle ends up siding with Team Arrow, do you think the writers will bring up how in Season 1 Diggle attempted a relationship with Andy's wife, Carly?
Remember that?
I forgot about that. Could that cause Andy to turn back to the dark side if John doesn't tell him straight away?
Did John and Carly ever...
They didn't do anything, I don't think, did they?
I mean, I know they went on some dates and it was awkward, right?
Yeah. I think they decided, no, this isn't going to work.
If I was John, I'd just keep that quiet. Right?
I think he was also joining up with Oliver, and I think Carly kind of found out he was doing some stuff with that kid, and... if you're going to be a part of that, I don't know. I don't think they really went too far with anything.
Okay, but the question really talks about, like, if Andy found that out, how it would react. I mean, when I first heard the question, I was like, oh, good point. But now that I'm thinking about it, he didn't seem to give a shit. Like, even when the warm fuzzies with little Sarah, he was like, by the way, this doesn't mean that we're getting him with my family. Mm-hmm. But now that I think about that, that is kind of a red flag, too, in a sense of, like, is he doing these things because of his family? Either one, he's trying to protect him, or two, they're being blackmailed or threatened. I don't know.
He's going to kill Diggle.
He's not going to kill Diggle. He could. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's happening with that, but I feel like that story, which, and I've been saying it a lot this season, that should annoy me, is not, because it's actually compelling and natural, as opposed to some other stuff from other shows. So I don't know. I could go either way with it.
Okay.
And I'm excited that I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It seems less predictable than before. All right, Supernatural Cupcake says, so is this the only way we can get Aaron to read stuff? What, the Q&As?
Yeah.
I really don't read a whole lot. I thought initially when I read this, besides Q&As, we had one of the videos we had subtitles on. We were like, hey, we got subtitles.
Yeah.
I usually always have subtitles on whenever I watch something.
Yeah.
Just because my house is usually kind of loud and whatnot, and kids
you
running
can
around
focus better, and you can get more understanding of the story with them.
And if I don't fully hear, I can also kind of read too. The things I hate though is like I watched Sword Art Online. It had subtitles on it, but the subtitles didn't match exactly what was being said.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's driving me crazy. So I had to turn it off.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, probably Supernatural Cupcake. You're right. Tony G. Michael. If it's Lance, why was Felicity so cut up and demand Oliver kill Dark? Why was Barry there? Thea comes to mind as she wasn't affected by Dark, so something has to come of that. Something bad.
Something does have to come from the Thea and the Dark thing. Now, the thing I like about this question, Aaron, if it's Lance, why was Felicity so cut up? Could it be
her mom?
That he might be I don't know about a stepdad, but her mom, she talked about it.
She wanted to be happy,
The
right?
dad is not around.
Yeah.
She worked how many jobs?
Her dad got jealous and killed Lance.
Maybe. I'm not saying definitely.
Man.
I'm just saying
Samantha's not in there.
I'm just saying that Diggle has... Not Diggle. Diggle does. But Lance has the ability to really make her mom happy. And I think that what would happen is when her mom's happy, she's not trying to live through Felicity and trying to live a young girl's life. Felicity gets affected by that. Their relationship is kind of healed. And then Lance is taken away. We also had the little tiny clue of that new woman detective having a scene with Laurel for no other reason but to establish a female detective to me. That was a kind of a little flag for me as well. I mean, I'm not doubting. I am totally doubting my Samantha choice. But the Lance is starting to kind of get there now too.
On the Barry side of things, Barry, does like and care about Felicity.
Absolutely.
So that could be a part of it there. The other side of that, I think, too, is Lance directly helped them learn about Harrison Wells, So there was a crossover there with that happening.
Yes.
So, and was it Barry and Flash, Barry and Cisco? I forget who went over there. Or not Barry and Joe and Cisco, maybe. But there was some crossover stuff with there of, like, him helping and whatnot. So I can see...
now...
but that's also why... last thing with this is Zoom was important. If Felicity died or Oliver died, I feel like that would take a good priority.
True.
But this isn't as important. So he's sorry to Oliver he wasn't there for him.
Yeah. Now, I also, just to get real quick, using the Barry thing, I thought about this week because I just randomly thinking about getting my face slapped for this thing. If it's Samantha, it's not important for Barry to be at the main funeral. But he knew about the pregnancy, and he was the one that did the test, right? And he was the one in the original timeline. He was the one that ended up telling Felicity, and he told Oliver, "You can't tell or you'll break up." So he actually does have a connection to Samantha, not directly, but through Oliver, and he might feel a little guilty if that's the case of not doing this thing, and it sets off a chain of events that he can't go back and change because he's directly involved, as we heard, or something like that. I don't know. That kind of leads a little bit of evidence to my theory. You have to at least grant me that I worked really hard in thinking that.
I mean, that's really hard work.
Yeah.
To get nowhere.
I'm at least 6 feet under.
Zymar?
Zymar.
There's an R there, though.
Sure.
It's possible that Oracle exists. Remember in Legends of Tomorrow trailer when Rip Hunter says, "I've seen Men of Steel die in Dark Knight's Fall."
We haven't seen that in the actual show.
No.
And I don't know, was that for the sizzle reel or was that for the actual trailer?
I don't remember.
I think it was for the actual trailer. I think it was the second one we saw.
Okay.
So if he hasn't said that yet, or is that just like a trailer line to get people excited? If not, shit, I'm so sorry. Turn this off. Was that in the sizzle reel just to get us excited, or is that an actual line from the show? But if it is an actual line from the show and it's not just a play on words, it's like a thing that they can't use but they wanted to throw out there, and we have the Oracle is taken. Mm-hmm. I kind of see what they're going with.
Well, we had the flashlight. It's like, I got an idea somewhere.
Yeah.
Things like that. Also, there's the multiverse thing.
He's
a time master, and they're keeping track of multiverses and stuff like that too. Batman and Man of Steel out there somewhere, right?
Yeah, he's just originally from this universe. His wife and kids were from this universe, but maybe he exhausted the idea of the multiverse before he went to I'm going to do what I know is impossible and is going back in time. That could be a thing. So I thought that was kind of a cool little idea.
Neat. Emmanuel Puis Ogigi.
That's almost the same guy.
Ogigi. I think this Diggle flashback was before the Oliver flashbacks of this season. I think after the Diggle flashbacks is when the Baron Raider? Okay.
Ryder.
It says Ryder.
Ryder.
So it's Ryder? Or is it Raider?
Sure.
Baron Ryder goes to the island. Oliver's in Hong Kong. Plus, Oliver said he recognized the Shadow Spire logo.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting question because when does the flashback of Diggle take place? Is that guy on the island and leaving the island and going back and forth? Or is he...
Maybe he can teleport like Dark.
Maybe. Or is this take place before the island and then we see him later after he has been involved with drug stuff in the army? I don't know. We don't have a concrete answer about when the Diggle...
Or it just takes place and then he goes to the island to do whatever else with drugs.
Yeah. I don't know. I see a lot of different things here. But another thing about this, if he is part of that Shadow Spire, he said he's the boss, right? He's like, you have to talk to the boss.
Yeah, he did.
So if he's the boss of Shadow Spire, who else is on the island? Or connected to it in some way? From season 1 and 2. Deathstroke. Deathstroke apparently is somehow connected with Shadow Spire.
And stopping Shadow Spire from
I don't know.
We talked about that earlier.
I'm just saying, could the two stories there somehow mix up later?
Well, in season 2 on the island, they had the whole thing with Deathstroke on the island.
Yes.
Didn't they blow him up in a boat? Is that what happened?
I believe so. The freighter prison thing.
I don't think...
But what happened to how did he go from being blown up in the boat to being in Starling City?
I don't know, but if they were to bring him back, I feel like it would kind of like.
I think if he comes back, it's going to be dealing with. I'm just saying. I think the presence of Deathstroke, and if he has a connection with Shadowspire, that might not be a coincidence, and maybe it won't happen in the flashbacks, but in the present, towards the end of the season, we might get something like that come up.
Okay, I was saying if he shows up in the island again,
maybe Deathstroke is the person that killed the person in the grave,
that would be
rather
nice.
than Damien Dark.
Stephen Amell's like, hey, we need to have Deathstroke kill whoever it is.
I don't know. I think that could be cool.
Deathstroke's already killed half his family.
I know, Aaron, and he said that next time I see a kid, I'll kill the one you love. Who's you love? Felicity. But it could also hurt the person you love, hurting Felicity's mom's love, Lance. Or
he doesn't care at all.
He
about
loves his son.
Yeah, but
and he kills the mother to hurt Oliver. Not only did you take this kid's mom, now you have to raise this kid, and you can't do that. I got a bunch of theories. I'm sure none of them will come to pass, but as always, Aaron, they're really fun to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pulling for that Samantha stuff. You're trying.
I'm allowed. I'm allowed. I'm allowed to defend myself.
All right. I think that's going to be it for this Q&A. We covered some really good topics on this one. I like this. So
yes.
Make sure you guys tune in tonight for CW's Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
Then watch for our reaction review coming up on YouTube, usually the next day.
Absolutely. And by the way, make sure, if you guys want to have your questions be submitted and possibly read on next week's Q&A show, leave your questions on the reaction video, not this video.
Yes.
Because we will not be seeing the comments when it comes to doing that.
Yeah, we won't be looking at we won't be looking for Q&As on this video.
Yes.
We won't be looking for Q&As on last week's Arrow video. So,
now, I mean, in the comments, if you'd like to talk about something that we brought up and maybe expand upon it and stuff like that, but make sure once you've done that, you go over to the reaction video and place something there.
Yep, that way we can find everything. So, because those are the videos we look for Q&As. So.
Absolutely.
But while you're doing all that and thinking up your Q&As and everything, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons down below, and check out blindwave.net for everything Blindwave. And then down in the descriptions, you can find all of our social media links, from Twitter to Facebook to our Twitch streams, which is every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yep. And this Friday, we're going to be doing a playthrough with our crew for Uncharted 1. Which
I was about ready to sing the theme song, but I cannot remember it.
It's going to be Calvin's first time playing Uncharted. Mm-hmm. And then Eric and I, we love the Uncharted series.
We love it. So and if you guys didn't follow along with us when we did Metal Gear Solid, we are going to make fun of that boy so hard. Calvin grew up homeschooled, didn't play a whole lot of games, so it's a lot of fun to see him just
fail.
Try.
He's trying.
Fail.
I'm trying,
guys. I'm trying, guys.
So make sure you guys tune in for that. Follow the Twitch stream. Follow Facebook, Twitter. Like, subscribe. Until next time, I'm Arrow.
I'm Eric.
See you guys later.
Ha ha.